40% from the floor, 57% from three-point range. From your perspective, given the game plan and what you're expecting of you guys going in, what impressed you most with this performance?
Well, it's hard to look past 27 threes, but that's the type of offensive output we're capable of. For us, it's really, the defense that we're trying to continue to work with. And, there was the middle stretch of the game. I thought we were pretty solid defensively. They're a difficult team to guard. Very capable offensive team. I thought we slowed them down, especially 20 points in the third quarter. But I thought for the most part, the second quarter was an improvement. And to start the fourth, our defense was good too. It's tough to keep it going when they have nothing to lose and they just start making shots from everywhere. But overall, I thought our defense really picked up in the second quarter, and I was proud of the way we're continuing to grow down there.
I know, each of these guys have pride in what they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. But from your perspective, how contagious is confidence when Kyrie and James come out setting the tone the way they did?
Well, I think it definitely gives guys a boost, knowing that those guys are so capable and can carry such a load offensively. But also, there's so many possessions where the ball moved and we made quick decisions and we put them in tough positions, and everyone got an opportunity to score tonight. So, a lot of positive things at the offensive end, and that was spearheaded by James and Kyrie.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
After that 5-minute span, we had the 20-0 run, and I think had like 11 straight stops. You've had a couple practices now and a couple shoot-arounds to actually work on things. I mean, do you sense that there is a kind of momentum that might be sustainable growing at this point? Understand that there are ups and downs in the season. Sure.
Yeah, I think we're improving. We're starting to feel more familiar with each other and what we're asking of them. It's difficult. We're playing so many games. You see wild scores every night. I think it's difficult for anyone to sustain, but to build on it, I think, is what we're looking for, to continue to build, to have longer stretches, to have, longer runs during games, longer stretches during games, longer sustainable stretches during weeks. And if we continue to build in that direction, I think that there is a lot of positives and there is a place where we can be very capable defensively. But it is still early, especially given Kevin, Kai, and James only playing 7 games together, I think. So it's going to take us time, like I keep saying. I don't think we're getting too carried away, but I think we're showing flashes and we're showing improvement, and it feels comfortable that there's room to grow.
Alex Schiffer, The Athletic.
Hey, Steve, you've got a Tyler Johnson early the past few games, and he seems to have given you good minutes there. Just what have you seen from him lately?
Well, he's worked really hard. He's very competitive. I think he's earned an opportunity. I think it's tough. We have so many perimeter players, but trying to shed some minutes for guys, it really helps when he comes in and can give us a lift. So I just love him as a person and a player. His competitive spirit is outstanding, and he's been making some shots as well. He's very capable offensively, of course, but just that competitive nature, I think, is really important for our group.
Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Steve, 3-0 since that debacle in Detroit. What does that say about the fortitude and mettle of your ball club?
Yeah, it's a good sign. We addressed the performance in Detroit. We saw a response, and they've been able to build on it. So we got a tough stretch here. After tomorrow will be 3 games in 4 nights, and then I think the Lakers will be 4 and 6, and it's a tough stretch. But to get 3 in a row here is really, really positive, and it shows the toughness that we have when we stick together and keep fighting.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Coach, this is 3 straight concerted defensive efforts that have paved the way to victories. I mean, obviously we can nitpick here and there over the other 2 games and, the way the Pacers game ended and different things within the Warriors game. But what would you say has been the biggest difference defensively over these last 3 games that you just maybe didn't see earlier in the season?
I think lately we've just got more comfortable with our defenses. We've been, I think, much more early and anticipated better. We've communicated better. So we've cleaned up a lot of mistakes. Some of it, I think we had some lulls with our effort, but the last 2 games, the effort's been there and the communication's been there, and we've stuck to the game plan. So we started to show stretches in the games where we've been very solid defensively.
Steve Lichtenstein, WFAN.
Question similar to Christian's. On the defensive side, now that you have a template of what has been working, does that make it easier for you to figure out and to communicate to the players when, let's say, like during the first quarter tonight, it wasn't going as well?
Absolutely. We're pretty, I think we're starting to feel pretty comfortable with our schemes and our approach. So we're getting past, hopefully, the kind of identifying and observing stage, and now we're starting to build. So hopefully there's some consistency coming where we can get a little sharper, a little better, have more prolonged stretches, and like I said, have that sustainability or consistency. So hopefully we're turning a little bit of a corner here, but a long way to go. And it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of concentration and togetherness, but we're on the right path right now.
Final question, Matt Brooks, Nets Daily.
Hey, Steve, you called a timeout in the third quarter, like right after the 20-0 run. It was after a couple of Kings makes. What was your thought process behind that? And then on a more general note for you, what's been your comfortability and just overall feel, especially recently throughout the season? What's that been like for you and the growth of that?
I think the timeout, if I'm not mistaken, was to get someone out of the game, to make a substitution pattern. And for me, I think I'm growing and getting more comfortable and more confident. I think that there's still a long way from my personal growth as well, but we have a great staff that enjoys working together every day. We have a great spirit between us, so it makes it fun. And I think we've had a lot thrown at us this year, and it's brought us together in many respects. And that when you love your environment, you love your colleagues, and you're enjoying it, you want to go to war together. So. It's been a tremendous experience thus far, and I think we're all learning and growing.
Thanks, Coach, for your time.
Thanks, everybody.